Welcome back to the Overheard podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. With me always behind the scenes is Maddie Rage on the Click Clackers. I want to give you a big shout out, buddy. You're doing a great job. Our guest today, very, very special guest, coming all the way from Canmore from the restaurant Sauvage, Chef Tracy Little. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
How's the day so far? What's going on?
Oh my God, it's really beautiful outside, and I'm gonna take my daughter to go to Troll Falls after. I'm really excited. It's gonna be beautiful.
I don't think I've ever been to Troll Falls. Where's that one at?
It's super touristy. It's over by Kananaskis village there, but it's literally a gentle hike with waterfalls everywhere. And she's not even 2 yet, and she learned how to say waterfall. So she's British because her dad is, but it's the cutest thing in the world. So I just want to hear it 10,000 times. So we're gonna walk the trail. And yeah,
That's so good.
It's gonna be good.
A little speech practice, a little nice walk on a beautiful day. It sounds awesome, honestly. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat with us.
Cheers.
Before we get too far into things, we got to check in with our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Drink Shaft. We couldn't do this show without them. We'll be back with you in just a second. When it's summer in the Bow Valley, early isn't optional. First light on the fairway, glassy water at the shoreline, that warm hit of sun that tells you the day is yours. But there's a difference between showing up and doing it right. And that, my friends, is Drink Shaft. Cold, nitro-infused, non-alcoholic, it's the Bow Valley's #1 grab-and-go cold brew. So start early and do the day right with Drink Shaft.
Do you practice your radio voice?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's get right back into it. If somehow you've never met our guest today or met her around the Bow Valley, Tracy was raised in northern Alberta and grew up hunting, fishing, and foraging with her father, experiences that would later become the foundation of her cooking style. After training in fine dining at Fanshawe College, she built her career in kitchens across Alberta and beyond, including the Rimrock Resort, Rouge in Calgary, Milton Lake Lodge in northern Saskatchewan, and the Sensory in Canmore. In 2020, Tracy took over Canmore's long-running Tapas restaurant, eventually transforming it into Sauvage, a fine dining experience centered around wild ingredients, ethical sourcing, and food that tells the story of the Canadian landscape. Her work has also brought her to television. She competed on Chef vs. Wild, appeared as a foraging expert and guest judge on the American version of Top Chef, and later competed on Top Chef Canada. From cooking with ingredients most people walk past every day to building one of Canmore's most unique dining experiences, Tracy has created a career around reconnecting people through land and through food. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so let's get right into it. Who was a young Chef Tracy Little?
A feral child. Being outside with my father all the time. Like even when he wasn't working as a forester anymore, he was obsessed with playing outside.
Love it.
That's what we did. It didn't matter how the weather was. It could be -40 outside. You just put more clothes on and you go. But learning how to track animals and build shelters and all this stuff, it was fun to him. So that's what we did.
Amazing. Yeah. I feel like that connection to food, especially through hunting, is one that's often lost these days. People go to the grocery store, especially meat eaters, and buy something that's packaged, especially like with children.
Yeah.
Like if you've never seen hunting,
it's scary.
It could be a pretty brutal sight for some, definitely.
It's a little traumatic, I'm not going to lie. There's still definitely times where I harvest a deer, per se, and you're still like having nightmares about it afterwards. But then you just make sure you're using every part of that animal and trying to honor the fact that, we don't have to get into it too much. But
for sure, the ethics of hunting is... we could do a whole episode about that.
That's a whole different...
outside. We're here to talk about restaurants. What first pulled you towards cooking and kind of wanting to do that as a career?
So, funny story. I originally wanted to be a psychologist.
Okay.
Had tattoos on my face, though. And we're talking like 20 years ago. You couldn't even get a job at Tim Hortons with tattoos.
True.
So I remember I did a couple years of it. I realized I couldn't get a placement anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then I was sitting in this diner because you need to get a job. You need to frickin' work.
Sure.
So I was sitting in this diner and I was watching the way that the cooks like moved together and they had this dance and it was really cool. They were busy and they were just having fun. And I was like, I could do that. That's awesome. And then talking to my dad about it, he helped me realize, wait a second, if you're working in a kitchen, you're never ever going to starve. So funny story though, now you live off of chocolate chips and stale bread sometimes as your meal through a 12-hour dinner service, but
for sure.
Yeah.
Those that know that spend time in or around chefs or restaurants know that often they tend to put their best stuff out for others and neglect their own diets.
Yeah. Or you just taste everything all night, and by the time you finish, you're full. But how does that happen? Yeah.
Absolutely. I had kind of a similar thing when I was a cocktail bartender, except tasting a little too much, maybe. That's a story for another time as well. Let's talk about foraging. So you said foraging started at a young age with your dad. How did you put that into commercial restaurants? How did you incorporate that into your cuisine as a whole? Because that's not something that's easy to do.
Fair. So you mentioned Milton Lake Lodge. That's actually where it kind of all came together. I was at this fishing lodge that was, everything had to be flown in 800 kilometers. The nearest town was so far. You're not allowed to hurt yourself. There was one time I had to like duct tape my finger back together. But I realized while I was up there, holy crap, like all this stuff that's growing, there's caribou moss, there's all this other stuff. It's stuff that I know, and why am I bringing up all these ingredients when I can be using the stuff that's right here, and the people that are paying so much money to be in this beautiful spot in the world and catch really big fish, they can just enjoy the taste of place. And that's when I got my shtick, per se. Yeah.
I love it. And it makes perfect sense, honestly, being that those resources are a little bit harder to obtain. It kind of fits that fine dining realm, right? Like scarcity does push up the price. I guess the care that it takes to go out in the field and collect these ingredients. Where do you find the time?
The time is a struggle. I definitely have help from as many people as possible, whether it's the staff themselves or putting out calls on the community page to be like, hey, can you help me get this? And I'll trade you gift certificates.
So cool, by the way. Like such a cool concept to get the fans or people that love your restaurant involved. And then also give them like some means to come and enjoy it as well. Like it's a win-win.
That's fair. I love, oh my God, the people that bring in stuff and their kids are like strapped to their legs, because that's what children do sometimes. When they come in and they're like, I've been trying to figure out something to do with the kids, and just spending the time together out picking this stuff was revolutionary for our relationship. That makes it worth it. And then they're like, oh, and I get a cocktail out of it? Deal. Like, I'm in.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Let's talk about being a mom a little bit. How did that change your relationship with your job and being a chef?
Oh my God. Before I had Isla, I was very like, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to do this. These are my big lofty goals. And now all of a sudden I'm like, I just really want to go to work and then come home and be with my daughter. It's so funny that I always thought I would be this person who motherhood's not going to change me. But I think it's inevitable.
I would agree. I think that's like, you're meant to change during motherhood, I feel like.
100%.
That's a big transition in life.
Don't realize how much you fundamentally change. Like you watch TV shows and there's still these successful lawyers and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I call bullshit on that. You are thinking about your kid the whole time. So
was it more of a mental change for you?
Definitely mental, and the fact that you never ever sleep anymore.
Yeah, fair.
But definitely a huge mental shift. Everything is now about how do I give her the best life, and yeah. And even still just doing really well at my job is important because that's how I'm going to provide for her. But, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
But maybe not. I think the focus maybe broadens a little bit when you start bringing in.
That's a more articulate way to put it. Thank you.
No worries at all. All right, let's talk about your cuisine specifically. And kind of the big question I wanted to ask you just for myself personally is,
Dun, dun, dun.
What does the Bow Valley taste like to you?
Oh my God. So if I had to put the Bow Valley into a just flavor that you could hold in your mouth, it's definitely spruce, a little bit of citrus, smoke. And I know it sounds really weird, but when ice and snow have sat there for a while, there's like this fermented flavor that they get from the fallen leaves underneath them. And like all those flavors together, that's
almost like the smell of spring.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But can you taste it?
100%. 100%. Like I can smell it. I can smell it right now as you're describing it for sure. But definitely bright, spruce, like, and smoky was a kind of an underrated one. A little smoky out there today, actually.
Just a little touch.
Not from nearby, which is always a good thing. We had a day 2 weeks ago that it was like damp and rainy, but smoky at the same time. I was like, how's this even possible?
I feel like the smoke was just pushing in as soon as the rain stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was...
So let's talk about some of the forageable items, or like, is there ingredients that we walk past every day in the Bow Valley that you might be overlooking?
Can you reach out with your long arms?
Yes, of course.
So this guy is in the he's a wild pea, but he's in the legume family. Mm-hmm. And see his hold on. Set down my coffee. See his little tendrils? That's how you're going to identify him, because he does have a cousin that will make you ill, the hairy vetch. But this guy's called vetch, or vetch is a broad name, so we're going to call him Visha. Mm-hmm. But taste that. It's like peas and honey had a baby. And this is edible too, but he's a little fibrous. Just eat the leaves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
delicious.
Wild.
So I'm only going to tell you about a couple invasive species, and he's one of them. He's from Asia, and he likes to choke off the natural plants. So get rid of him.
What a good way to get rid of them. They're tasty.
Right? We're helping the environment. And then there's wild mustard. So, you know, when you're walking and you see these tall plants with like yellow flowers and they kind of stick out and wave in the wind. So that's wild mustard. You can always Google to like make sure that you have the right one, but pop it in your mouth. It's so good. It literally tastes like mustard. And if you pick it, eat it with your steak or like seafood or wherever you would put mustard, throw it on a freaking hot dog, but it'll be awesome.
That would be quite the elegant hot dog, I think. For sure. What are some of your favorite forageable or foraged ingredients that you work with at Sauvage?
I feel like a goldfish in a bowl, because you know how they swim and they're like, oh, look, there's a castle. Oh, look, there's a castle. Yeah. So that's me every year, because I'll forget that stuff grows. And then be like, oh my God, I forgot about this guy. I get to see him again. So right now, because it's always right now, my favorite things are like horse mushrooms, which is the Agaricus campestris. They're like a wild portobello almost. They grow. Cool. Unfortunately, they love disturbed soil and like where people have walked.
Interesting.
But I'll still eat them, because your mushrooms from the store are growing on poop, so it's fine.
Same thing, really, right?
And then what else am I super excited about right now? Obviously, all the wildflowers are coming out. So that's something that's really prominently featured on my menu at this time. But it's even more time consuming to pick than some other things. So that sucks. For
sure. Just like the care, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to damage.
Be so delicate. And if you do damage them, that's also used in a different form on my menu.
Cool.
Yeah. You don't waste anything. But yeah, there's so many beautiful things out there right now.
Where do you draw the line between responsible foraging and just kind of going into an area and clearing the whole place out? I'm sure there's some ethics behind this.
Huge time.
Yeah.
It's one thing that actually is driving me crazy. This is a good platform to talk about it.
I love it.
Dear friends, I know foraging is trendy and cool right now, but when you're going out to pick stuff, you need to leave, like you're only taking 10%. You're leaving 90% because the animals need it, or like some things are nitrogen fixers for the soil, and then that helps the indigenous species a little bit. Like there's so many reasons that you have to leave 90% of what you find. So if you're out and you're foraging and you only find one mushroom in an area, don't take that mushroom.
Yeah.
You need to find a spot where there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
90% is a good rule to go by, honestly. That's a way bigger number than I had anticipated asking that question. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't say I've ever foraged, but I love researching mycology, and especially with mushrooms. Like when I'm out hiking, that's the thing that I love to look for the most.
Okay.
We'll put a little disclaimer in there that you really need to do your research whenever you're foraging or harvesting anything from the wild, just for your own safety, of course.
I also teach courses.
How can people get involved with that?
www.wildlittlechef.com.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can connect with me there.
Love it. Let's talk about the birth of Sauvage. How did the idea take shape? Where were you at the time? What was the initial vision?
So it's funny that you call it a birth because it is my first child. So in pre-COVID, I found myself, the sensory did not work out. That's fine. Anyways. And obviously I found myself in a position because you need to pay rent. And I was like, no one's going to hire me because like, even as a dishwasher, they're like, we know you're going to leave soon. Like, we're not going to take you on because you'll find something and go do that. So I was talking to my brother and he was like, why don't we just get a place? And I'm like, okay, money bags. Like,
It's a lofty goal.
it's a lofty goal. But we were really lucky. There was one restaurant that was for sale at the time, and it was perfect location. This old heritage home, definitely haunted, by the way. So if there's ghost people out there, like, come visit, come do your seance stuff. Anyways, so we put an offer in, somehow got it accepted, went through the process with the bank, got them to say yes. It was just crazy how everything kind of fell into place. And then 2 weeks before we got the keys, so it's an 11-month process, and 2 weeks before we got the keys, COVID happened and restaurants were closed. And my lawyer was like, do you still want to go through with this? And we're like, but we fought so hard to get it this far. Like, it didn't just fall into place. Like, we worked our butts off to get it. And then, yeah, so we still did it. And it worked out for the best. I had 2 months to just go in this haunted building
like
by
a
myself.
scary decision to make at the
Oh,
time.
God, yeah. I don't think I'll ever do anything more terrifying.
For sure.
So I got the keys to this place that was closed, and I got to go in and like paint or redo the floors or whatever it was for 2 months and just make it into the place that I wanted. And it was awesome.
So kind of a blessing in disguise, maybe.
Huge time. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about what was running your own restaurant. What did that let you do that, say, working in someone else's restaurant couldn't let you do?
So when you work for other people, they generally don't like it when you feed people weird things like ants.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It was a great opportunity for me to literally, if you think of something, you could just do it. You don't have to run it up a chain of command. You literally find out from people that didn't work. I messed up. Which I'm human, and like any creative, sometimes you get a little too excited about something. Yeah, whatever.
But it sounds like every chef's dream to not have the oversight of someone telling you you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like when sometimes you're working for others, there's this finding reasons not to attitude, but when you work for yourself, you can find reasons to do things.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
What does a successful night for you feel like at Sauvage on your side of the kitchen?
Ooh, buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know the feeling. You worked in it or work in the industry. That like you, words for it are difficult. Mm-hmm. You have this fire in your belly. Maybe it's a chef thing, but you literally have a fire in your belly and you're so excited to be there and do it. And sometimes you don't burn off that energy, but when you're really busy, everything's gone perfectly well. Everyone is happy out front. Like, there's so many little things that need to fall into place to have a perfect night.
For sure.
But by the end of it, maybe it's the adrenaline because you just got your butt handed to you, or maybe it's you just had a really good day and you have that little bit of euphoria or whatever. But yeah, it's buzzing.
Absolutely. Buzzing is probably the word for it. I got a tremendous respect for chefs. I've worked both sides of the window myself, a short period of time on your side of the window. Chefs have to touch every single piece of food that leaves the kitchen, which
Pretty
is
much
wild, right? I'm a server. I see my section. I deal with my own thing. But I know in the back of my mind, every single table in this restaurant has to go through their hands, which is insane to think about.
It's
in
a little
itself,
bit.
for sure. Do you want to talk about staffing or like the issues with?
Well, like people think the food is really expensive, but my dishwasher has to make 50 grand a year just to pay her rent.
Yeah,
So like,
absolutely.
yeah, maybe
Situationally, like living or operating in Canmore or in the Bow Valley in itself comes with other costs that you would not get anywhere else.
huge time. And groceries are like what 80% more expensive than if you were able to go to Costco or something like that. Like
I think the Bow Valley Insider did a really good piece on that, on the percentage that we pay extra if you're shopping
oh,
locally.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go check them out because I think they did it through like all the major cities, and I think it's like somewhere crazy. Like we pay like 63% more,
Jeez
or
Louise.
something like that for some items, which is wild. How did you turn? Let's talk about the TV stuff. All right.
All
This is
right.
I'm sure people out there want to hear about the TV stuff. How did you turn cooking in real life into something that was replicable for like TV? Because let's face it, it's not the same.
Well, clearly I didn't because I got sent home, but it was crazy to be in this place and you don't know what the ingredients are going to be that are available and like all kinds of other stuff. On Chefs versus Wild, that one I was more comfortable with, I think, which is ironic because it had the least amount of stuff available in the pantry. But you plan for that. And so my dishes were like 98% things that I found in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Whereas Top Chef Canada, you had a huge pantry, but you also had 10 other chefs or 11 other chefs that were using the same ingredients. So you would plan your dish, this is what I'm going to do. And then all of a sudden, this one ingredient is not there. And I know you're supposed to pivot, blah, blah, blah. It's not as freaking easy as you think when you're on a 20-minute timer and like...
I would agree. I think, especially when you're working in a restaurant, it's not like you're on a time limit when you're coming up with your dishes. It's not like when you're creating a menu. It's like, the clock is on. All right.
Oh my God, I get to taste this first and like see if there's a texture missing or if this needs to be adjusted or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't get that. And nobody really talks about the fact while you're filming, they keep stopping you. Hey, can you stop and tell me about this, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I'm on, let's go. So it's actually less than the amount of time that you see
sure.
because they keep stopping you to interview you. And most of it they don't even use later anyways.
And when you're in a creative zone, I don't think narrating your process is really high on your priority list.
No. Or like you need to say things correctly. Sorry, can you repeat that? But I need you to say it like this because I don't exist. I'm not here right now. You're like, ah. But anyways, yeah.
What did that whole experience teach you about yourself more than cooking or on par with it?
Oh my God. That's a good question. I think it taught me I'm an extremely adaptable individual. I'm a little tougher than I thought I was. But I actually don't like being on camera, but it's really expensive to pay for advertising. So yeah, give her.
Can you tell us how that opportunity kind of arose? Is that something you applied for and got chosen in the end?
So the Chefs versus Wild, who was it? There was Paul Rogalski. That's who it was. He's the owner chef of Rouge.
Yeah.
Well, he's got Dean Fast as his chef too, but so he was asked to do it, but he was just kicking things off with Les Stroud, and so he wasn't available to do Chefs versus Wild. And he was like, "Hey Tracy, you should get in touch with these guys. Like this would be perfect for you." And it was so much fun. I was really thankful. And then the Top Chef one, I went to cook for these random people one May, and almost a year later, they were like, "Hey, by the way, that was like a testing thing that you did a dinner for us." Yeah. And we actually really liked it. So this is what's happening now. It was like, actually, I'm supposed to give birth like 2 weeks within that window of filming. And they're like, "Well, you're either available or you're not." And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have the baby and do this. So literally that's what happened.
Wild.
Yeah. And then Top Chef Canada, after I did the Top Chef America as a judge, I was like, that actually looks like a lot of fun. I would love an opportunity to make $100,000. Who wouldn't?
Right.
Let's frickin' do this. Yeah.
Amazing. TV's wild. Like I can't imagine. Even almost like, hey, we tricked you into cooking for us. Now we want you to do it really fast. This seems like a crazy way to do business. After all of, the awards, opening your own restaurant, TV appearances, do you think achieving this level of success, do you just keep pushing the goalposts forward, or do you finally get a moment where you feel like you've won?
So I think my brain keeps moving the goalpost for me. I keep thinking like, oh, if I just get this award, like for example, the 4 diamonds from AMA, CAA, whatever they call it. There's too many variations of the exact same brand, but there's only 58 restaurants in North America that have that designation, and we're one of them. And I was so elated, but then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, I got that. Now I need Canada's 100 best, blah, blah, blah. Like, I keep thinking if I just get this one more thing, I'll be satiated, but I also think I might be neurotic.
I mean, or ambitious.
Or ambitious.
Or ambitious.
You can be
Depends who you
both.
ask.
It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. What has opening your own restaurant cost you personally that your diners would never know about?
That question is devastating.
I feel like that one might cut a little deep, for sure. Because, I mean, people should know, right? Like, there's tremendous amount of work, dedication, heart, sometimes struggle that go into creating and operating a restaurant.
Cry all of a sudden. It's hard. Like, God, keep it together. I mean, so you do lose relationships, whether it's friends or family. Sorry, I'm human. It's okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
this is a real question.
Yeah.
And there's nothing scarier than like your whole life savings, your everything going into it. You're working from like all the time. You can't turn it off. You wake up and you work, and then sometimes you can't go to sleep until a job is done. So it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then, I'm probably just overtired right now. That's why I'm crying.
Honestly, I know the feeling. Like when I need stuff done for this show, or like my partner runs her own business as well, at her knowing, whichever out. You can't sleep sometimes until you get this done, and I can't rest, or like I know that I'm behind on something. It's this feeling that you're letting yourself down, and then everyone else as well. Like I can't even imagine being responsible for a team. This is something that I do alone. So like, really, if I let myself down, it's on me. But there's tremendous responsibility with that.
And especially like, I really, really care about my team. So if one of them is going through a hard time, like I'm there for them and I feel that. And unfortunately, when the restaurant gets really busy, that's when a lot of things pop up as well. So it's a lot. And sometimes you consider checking yourself into a mental health facility. I'm just kidding. By a mental health facility, I mean like a beach in Mexico with a cerveza. Yeah. But
Well, honestly, I'm really glad you brought that back up, because you discussed going to school for psychology. I mean, I feel like if more chefs maybe were trained in psychology, we'd have a lot more mentally stable chefs out there. It almost seems like a perfect match in that sense, because you do have to be the leader, and sometimes that involves a lot of a lot of coaching, a lot of maybe even therapy.
A really cool program right now, actually. Like maybe this is an opportunity, my realization at this moment, to get in touch with them. But the Mindful Chef program, where they're getting together with people with chefs and kitchen workers and stuff like that. Because it's a lot, even if you're not owning your own restaurant, even if you're just a line cook. For sure. I shouldn't say just a line cook. You still have a lot of weight on your shoulders, or you should if you're taking your job seriously.
Absolutely.
So there's so much mental what do you call it? Like mental.
Like exhaustion, maybe?
Yeah, like what's it called when you exercise all the time? Mental athleticism.
Yeah, fair.
There you go. There's a lot of mental athleticism involved in the position, and programs like the Mindful Chef are starting to kind of shine a spotlight on the fact that you put so much pressure on yourself to do so well, and sometimes at the sacrifice of so much in your life that would be beneficial to you, like sleeping properly, definitely eating properly, taking breaks. That's not things that kitchen people do. So shining a spotlight on that, I think, is so important. And sometimes, like, even as a guest, people could go out to dine, and putting that pressure on the kitchen, like, if it's super busy, don't be upset if your food takes a little bit longer. Give them a second to breathe.
Aren't you there to enjoy yourself?
Exactly.
Like,
people are in such a hurry one day, or these days. And like, what if the chef just had to use the washroom for 2 minutes because they've been standing for 9 hours and this is their, like, they could not hold it anymore? Like, there's, you know.
Plus, your chef will take more attention to your meal if they get that bathroom break, if they get that 5 minutes to regroup. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, I was actually, funny enough, I was in Calgary yesterday, and it was right around lunchtime, and I was kind of in a rush, so I pulled into a Five Guys.
Okay.
And I was like first person in there in the day.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, he's like, dude, this is the best burger we're going to make all day. And I'm like, 100%, because they're just opening the doors.
Ready to go.
They're all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to roll. And I'm like, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Five Guys Calgary. They hooked it up. But yeah, I mean, being the leader of a kitchen is, like, there's personalities there, and there's also this, like, I don't know how I would say it, this personality of a chef, the work hard, play hard, the, like, of course, this is a big part. I want to say it is a big part of it, unfortunately.
Especially in the valley.
Yeah. I found myself on both sides of that. So it's this, like, you've put yourself through this stressful situation. Maybe it went well, maybe it went not well, but either way, there's a reason at the end of your shift, right? I think that's kind of the biggest Achilles heel to any restaurant worker, is like relying on that or looking to that for, you know, your sleep or to get your mind off things.
Oh God,
it's the easiest way.
I think that's why a lot of people go to it. They're trying to just survive, but they don't have the tools necessary in order to. I'm actually really thankful of it. There's kind of a movement that's happening where, like, cooks start going to the gym at 2 a.m. after they finish work, and they're just burning it off there instead of going out to the pub or whatever. There's a slow shift happening where people are realizing chefs are athletes and we need to treat our bodies like that. And by stretching properly, drinking lots of fluids, like, doing all these things to take care of yourself and actually eating.
You need fuel in your body to fuel your brain to work. Crazy, huh?
And also you need fat. You need fats in your body. So people that just focus on meat and vegetables, please eat some fatty things.
For sure.
Healthy fats. But
100%.
It's good for you. But it's good. There is a slow shift. Unfortunately, it's not taking hold in the Bow Valley as quickly as we would like, but it's working that direction.
I feel like the younger generation itself are kind of smarter to the fact that, like, advertising, especially around alcohol, is there to harm you and not hurt you. Like, if they can...
I feel like there's a lot of double-sided to that coin, though, as well, because there's a lot of California sober Gen Zers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
down with that. Anyways. How do you find you've encountered, obviously, the Bow Valley being such a transient place, how do you deal with keeping a full staff and finding people that actually care? Because sometimes... especially in restaurants, people just do that as a job, you know what I mean? And, like, entry-level dishwashers, whatever, like, okay, you can do your thing. How do you go about finding passionate staff?
So I'm sure people who have paid attention to the local pages have noticed I constantly have to put out ads. It's kind of
Not just you.
I know,
Like,
it's everyone. It's
everyone.
everyone. But it's like playing whack-a-mole. I'll hire someone, a server, for example. We are hiring servers right now. And then they realize like there's actually a lot involved. Whether you're a cook or a server, there's a bunch of new ingredients. It's really scary. I totally get that. But once you learn it, it's so exciting and comfortable, and I just want to share it with people. But until you get over that hump, it's terrifying. And so a lot of people will be like, actually, I'm going to go down the road and serve burgers where I can just be like, what kind of burger do you want? And it's easy and I'm still going to make the money.
I'd say probably not as much. For sure, not as much. Like, if you're interacting with guests, the more interaction you have with your guests, the more chance you have to wow them.
Yeah, that's
right.
fair.
So if you're just like, here's your burger, here's your pizza.
Yeah.
Like, people don't pay the same amount for that kind of service than they pay for an involved
But it's
service.
volume service.
It is volume. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, you're someone who is good at your job and actually.
I love it. That's the thing. I love my job. Like, I love this job, but serving tables is fun for me. It's this weird mental gymnastics of like figuring the people out and then also timing everything, being super nice maybe when people aren't, or winning them over if you've messed up. Like,
that's fair.
It's like a big puzzle that you kind of got to put together, and if you put it together well, it's a great night. You leave with good money, and if you don't put it together well, better luck next time. We're talking about passionate staff and how you go about finding it. I think it makes all the difference when you're talking about service and working in restaurants. I can tell when I go to a restaurant, the server doesn't want to be there, doesn't care. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I do it. But just being nice to people, like, it's not difficult. What's your take on it?
I have so much respect for good servers. So because we're short-staffed in the serving front, I have had to learn how to serve a little bit. And it's terrifying to go out and just go up to a bunch of humans and be like, I'm going to give you this experience. Like, from the kitchen, you just put the plate up and here's my piece of art. It's the best thing that I can give you. But there's so much more involved when you're in the front. Like, you got to worry about the temperature, the music, like all these other little details that you wouldn't think about as the guest, and you shouldn't have to because the people did their job.
For sure.
But servers work their asses off.
Arguable.
Okay.
Some. I would never say that to a chef, honestly. I would never. I know the hierarchy of work in a restaurant, and I always take my hats off to the chef. Honestly, we couldn't do what we do without you guys. Like I said, you touch every plate. It's crazy. When people come to experience your food, what's something that you hope they carry with them long after the meal is done? Okay.
So, one of my favorite things is when I get an email from a guest. It'll be like days or weeks later, whatever. It's never right away. But they will be walking somewhere and they will see something that they had eaten in the wild. And they're like, holy shit, I get it. All of a sudden the connection is made and like the puzzle pieces fall together in their head and they get so excited. And then they can't stop looking. It becomes just ingrained in them that they're like, oh, you can eat some of these things. Because there's generations where everything was poison. You didn't put things in your mouth that were outside. And so to have this connection formed in their brain about the beauty of having this incredible food at our doorstep, whether like I had a guest from Florida see one of the invasive species back where they grew, where they live. And all of a sudden they start like researching all this other stuff. And so that's what I hope that people take with them.
That's so cool. It's almost like you're giving people like a new way to see the world.
It's pretty
through a meal. Like that's beautiful. Honestly,
I think it's cool.
Hats off to what you do. I mad respect it. I want to chat with you for a long time. Other than that, anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to?
Thank you to Nick Harrison, my partner, for just supporting me, helping me. There's this saying that my close friends have, and it takes a village to raise a Tracy. So I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the people that are helping me in the little ways. Like my bestie Jade keeps me organized and is like, hey, this is what you're looking at, blah, blah, blah. Nick is my rock. Isla is helping me learn how to play again. Like,
nice.
Yeah, I have this little village of incredible humans and I'm so thankful.
Well, you need it. You need it to accomplish big things, you know? Does it make you feel a certain way knowing that you're doing something totally different in the Bow Valley?
It's scary. I'm like, please don't. Like, it's scary for me because, how do I put it? Like, you're the weird kid on the playground, and I just found this rock, and I'm like, hey, do you like my rock? Like, I feel like that kind of level of nerd.
I feel like until you're not, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I feel like now, especially being a woman in this business and as successful as you are, I feel like a lot of people look up to you. Like,
Aw.
yeah.
It's really sweet, actually. Oh, you're going to make me cry again. This is a good time to go.
All right, we're good. We can cut it here. But no, honestly, it's I think you got a lot to be proud of. And you should hold your head high no matter what you choose to do in the future. And yeah. Keep doing what you're doing because it's sick. It's really sick. I think a lot of restaurateurs and stuff can kind of learn from your example, and especially with trying to get people livable wages here in the Bow Valley. That's like I get to live here because my bosses are great, and I feel like a lot of other places could follow that example.
A lot of people think our food is expensive, but making sure that your dishwasher can afford their rent. In the Bow Valley, unfortunately, you got to charge a little more for your food.
For sure.
But we have the most sustainable business model, I think, because sustainability isn't just about you making money as a business owner. And I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. It's about making sure that your staff are healthy and happy, and that's sustainability.
Wow. Well said. Clip it. That's the one right there. Thank you so much for joining us. If it is your first time, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We get tons of first-time viewers on our channel. It varies from episodes, sometimes 70, sometimes all the way up to 90% of our viewers join us for the first time. If that's you, please hit the like and subscribe. Costs you nothing, helps us tremendously. Helps us have more of these awesome conversations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go to Sauvage Restaurant. Anything else you want to plug?
No, I think we're good. Just be nice to other people and eat your greens.
Be nice to people, especially in the restaurant industry. Like, there's so many dickheads in the restaurant industry that are mean for no reason. Like, I want to have fun at work. Everyone should just have fun at work.
I feel like a lot of people are maybe dickheads in the restaurant industry, though, because they've just not been treated very well.
Or there's this, that's how they think they have to be to get respect, which is
ego, big swing and shove. Yeah, it's kind of funny as a little girl to walk into kitchens sometimes, and they're like, why are you laughing right now? And I'm like, because you don't have to take everything so seriously, and you can still do a good job.
100%. Honestly, I forget who it was. I seen this quote one time that's like, especially in the front of house, like, you're there to sell a fun experience. So if you're not having fun, how do you expect your guests to have fun? Like,
gosh,
we're all supposed to be having fun. The more fun we can have,
people
the better.
can taste if you're smiling in the kitchen.
I love it. Well, thanks again for joining us. Big shout out to Defending Awesome. You can always grab our merch from our website if you want to support us. We don't ask for money, but if you want to support us, that's how you do it. Check out the website, overheardpodbanff.com. And that's all we got for this week. Like every week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you.